Craigslist is actually not a bad place, and it sucks. Because anything that can crawl out of it will. And so you just know that. I mean, you gotta be careful. But at the same time, sometimes there's some really good things on it, and you might find some really good talent on it. Ultra low budget SAG agreement. This would be you, or the short one. How to qualify for short film agreement. And you may or may not ever. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine. Why go SAG? If you're an actor, SAG doesn't do anything in terms of getting you work, nor does AFTRA. AFTRA is the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. SAG is Screen Actors Guild. They are protective agencies for the talent. In other words, their job is to look out and make sure that the talent's not abused and that they get their money and they get their, per diems and they get their overtimes and all that kind of stuff. They enter into agreements with producers or production companies to secure these union talent members for your production. What's happened in the past number of years is that SAG has gotten extremely easy to work with. At one time there was 1 or 2 contracts, now there's multiple contracts for growing needs or changing industry. At one time it was like there was a standard contract and a low budget contract. Now there's a low budget contract, a short contract, an ultra low budget contract, and ultimately there'd probably be web series contracts and whatever. But what typically, and here's what I'll say about SAG. Ideally, a SAG actor may have more experience or training, not necessarily though, than someone else. Reason is that they had to qualify to get into the union, but those requirements have changed over the years as well, so it doesn't guarantee you that a SAG actor will be a better actor than anyone else. And also, the SAG actor, it doesn't guarantee that they will be better than anybody else, because obviously we've all seen movies that are SAG movies or union movies, they get the little INC logo at the end and all that kind of stuff, and the acting still sucks. So it doesn't guarantee anything. But technically, again, when it comes down to the amount of money that you can pay for a role, if you put that money toward a SAG actor, you're probably going to get a more experienced actor. If you had millions of dollars, you could get Adam Sandler or Alyssa Milano, or I can't think of any women actors today. I'm going sitting here going, geez, I spend all day thinking about women actors. Maybe I'm just tired. But who did Black Swan? Natalie Portman. Who did Black Swan?
Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman.
Okay. So the point being is that if you go SAG, you have the opportunity of working with people who have worked more. They've been on professional sets. They understand the business, and you're going to have to pay them. But what's nice is with the deals that they have, for example, the short film agreement. If your budget's under $50,000. And it's a maximum of 35 minutes, and it's shot within the United States, they cut you all these deals that are right here. So you could get SAG talent. A friend of mine in Rockford, for example, got a couple SAG actresses to come in and shoot. Now, an ultra low budget agreement where the SAG now lets union and non-union people work together, which before they didn't. So he had 2 actresses come in, I think it was for 2 days. They're the stars of his movie. It may have been 4 days. And then he and his crew worked 16-hour days, so that each actor, because they can't work longer than 8 hours a day. So first set, actress A came in and worked from whatever, 8 hours, and then actress B came in and worked the next 8 hours, and then actress A, because you got to have a 12-hour turnaround, and actress B, and they did that for 2 or 4 days. So ultimately, he spent $400 to $800 or something like that, but got better talent, more professional talent, and bigger name value because they were actually kind of recognizable in the DVD market, than he would have had he just cast, local people off of Craigslist. So it's an option for you. It is an option to go to the unions and go, what can I get for my money if you've got money? And nowadays, here's the other good news. There's Kickstarter and Indiegogo and all these other platforms that you can actually raise money for your production. You may or may not do it. Kickstarter has a thing where you've got so many days to get it. If you get your goal, you get to keep the money, less a fee. Indiegogo, you get whatever you get at the end of the run. So if you wanted $10,000 and you got $5, you at least get to keep the $5. Not true with Kickstarter. But they work those deals with you. So you can cast up. You can get union talent. And you can do things, but you do need to know the guidelines. So.